Hello, my name is Sameer Meetha and I'm a student of the NDTV Broadcast Training Program. It's been 3 months since I've joined here and I've learned to use a variety of equipments including the camera. We started off with the JVC. This is the most basic camera where we studied all the functions and shot a few sequences on it. Later, we progressed to the Sony PD170. This is the camera used by professionals in the field and it's easier to handle. Someday, I'll use it myself in the field. I'm late for a shoot, but as I know how to prime the camera, it won't take me more than 5 minutes to do it. So let's go. Damn, this is a Panasonic. I've never worked on it before. What am I going to do?
Manual, dude.
Huh. After the manual came to my rescue, I figured out how to work the Panasonic DV camera. The tripod that we're using today is a Manfrotto. This is different from the tripod that we usually use. It doesn't have a web between its legs, which allows the tripod to go to a really low level, allowing easier shoots from low heights. It's also made from better material and is of course more pleasing to the eye. So when you adjust the spirit level, you can take it from two angles, being here and the front. This is the Panasonic DV camera. This is the base plate. The base plate goes into the tripod and hence holds the camera sturdy. To put the camera onto the tripod, you release this lever. You put the base plate of the camera into the tripod and leave the lever. Notice that the lever does not go completely inside. This is because it is easier to remove the camera if the lever is a little out so that your fingers don't get lost under the camera. Now, this is the rear of the camera. This is the battery, it's already inserted here. This is the viewfinder. I lift the viewfinder and there's a little button here that says push. You push the button and lift the battery upwards and it comes out. The arrow points the direction in which the battery has to be inserted. The battery of course needs to be charged. Alright, now switch on the camera, make sure the LCD comes on right, you have a display. Now you want to insert the tape in. This is the side where the tape is inserted. This is the eject button. Push the button and open the external cap. Wait for the internal tray to jut out on its own. Insert the tape and push back the internal tray. Wait for it to recede on its own and close the external cover. Now, the focus is usually on auto, but if someone wants to focus manually, they just need to shift this button down to M and the focus goes manual. If at any point during manual shooting, if you wish to focus automatically, there's a push auto button which temporarily goes from focus manual to focus auto. Once the button is released, the focus goes back on manual. You can keep it on auto or on manual as per your preferences of shooting. This is the gain button. The gain is usually used in dark situations. In the Sony, you can control the level of gains, but in the Panasonic, it is 3 basic settings: low, medium, and high. Gain low is at about 0 dB, gain medium is at 6 dB, and gain high is at about 12 dB. Right now we're in a brightly lit room, so the gain is at low. The last button here is that of the iris. The iris is like our eye. When we watch the light, our eyes allow some light to come in so that we can see objects the way they are. Similarly, light enters the camera and the camera can see objects. The iris is usually used in dark situations. Press the iris button and a manual iris appears on the screen. The wheel in front of the button lets you open and close the iris depending on your requirement of shooting. This is very handy during dark situations. The white balance basically ensures that the white should look white. Otherwise, all the colors would look really distorted. This is the white balance. White balance is done to ensure that the colors that are captured in the camera are correct. The white balance here has 3 settings: preset, A, B. Preset is nothing but auto. It sets the white balance as the camera sees it fit. A and B are 2 settings. For example, if I'm shooting in this room and need to move the camera out, I'll set it at A, set the white balance to this room, and at B, I'll set the white balance as outside. Like right now, in the viewfinder, you can see that the white background actually looks a little orangish in color. To set it on white balance correctly, I have selected the option A, and I'm just going to zoom in and press the AWB button. Notice how the white balance changes on the screen and it says ABB active, ABB end. Now you can see that the white looks white. Even when we zoom out, you can make out that all the colors look actually the way they're supposed to. This is one of the basic things we must do while priming the camera.